Hi, Wine Club members. Buona Domenica. I'm going to be doing some videos explaining some cool facts and stories about the wines we've chosen for your selection. So you should all be getting your shipments very shortly if you haven't already. We're going to start today with Poderi Colla, an extra brut sparkling wine, which is basically like a champagne. It's made with Pinot Noir and a little bit of Nebbiolo, which makes it really unique. So let me open this here. Hopefully I won't embarrass myself. There we go. So I just wanted to explain a few quick things about this wine for you, which is in some of your shipments. This is called Pietro Colla, but the winery is called Poderi Colla. It's one of the most traditional historical wineries that we have in the area. Over 300 years of winemaking, so lots of experience, and especially with sparkling wines. Pietro Colla, he was the grandfather. He worked a lot with people who had been in France, and so he learned this technique of the Metodo Classico, and also was a consultant for Gancia when Moscato and Asti Spumante was very popular. But he always had his own personal experimentation wines, making like a champagne style wine. So just in case you don't know, this is an extra brut, meaning that it's a drier wine. Normally you would find just brut. This is actually considered a pas dosé. Pas dosé means no dosage of sugar. So when we say Metodo Classico, in case you don't understand what that means, it means there's a second fermentation inside each and every one of these bottles. The other alternative would be like a Prosecco to make it in bigger quantities, and the second fermentation would be done just in one big vat. When you use the Metodo Classico, it takes months and months, and in this case at least 2 years, of leaving the yeast inside the bottle. So you're going to get a more complex wine. It's a slower process, and you're going to get a lot of those yeasty bread, pain brioche, classic flavors that you would get in a champagne. You would get in this wine inside the bottle. So once they take out the yeasts, you have to top up the wine with something, and this is called the Liqueur di Espedición. And this is when the winemaker can decide how much sugar to add inside of the wine. This one is pas dosé, like I said, so there's absolutely no residual sugar, meaning it's going to be very, very dry, bone dry. And because this is coming, it's a Blanc de Noir, so it's a white wine coming from red grapes. It's got a lot of structure, and as Pietro Colla, the grandson, whose also name is Pietro, he said this is a wine with palle, so this is a wine that can stand up to anything, has some guts, and so it can be paired with almost anything throughout an entire meal. And what we're going to have tonight is farinata. We're going to make a classic Ligurian dish, which is made from chickpea flour, so it can be very dry, but it has a lot of oil, olive oil, so you need something to kind of cleanse that palate. So that's what we're going to try tonight. And let us know what you think about this wine. So we hope this brings you some cheer and happiness in these tough times. Chin chin.